You're surfing off the coast of Southern California on a perfect summer morning. The water is crystal clear, the waves are clean, and you're completely alone in the lineup. You paddle for the next set, feeling the ocean swell beneath your board. But then, something changes. The water around you goes completely still, dead calm. You look down through the transparent blue, and your heart stops. A shadow, massive, circular, moving directly beneath you. It's getting closer. This isn't a great white shark. This is something that shouldn't exist. Something that went extinct over 3 million years ago. You're looking at a creature that makes modern sharks look like minnows. You're staring down at a megalodon. And today, you're going to discover what would really happen if this prehistoric monster still roamed our oceans. Before we dive deeper into this nightmare scenario, let me ask you something. If you found yourself face to face with a 60-foot apex predator, would you freeze or fight? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you're enjoying this journey into the deep, hit that like button. It helps more people discover what lurks in the hypothetical depths. Let's rewind for a moment. The Megalodon, Megalodon, was the largest predatory shark to ever exist. We're talking about a creature that reached lengths of up to 60 feet, possibly even larger. Its teeth alone were 7 inches long, serrated like steak knives, designed to slice through flesh and bone with terrifying efficiency. This wasn't just a bigger great white. This was an evolutionary masterpiece of destruction. Its bite force, estimated at 40,000 pounds per square inch. For context, that's roughly 10 times stronger than a great white, and strong enough to crush a small car. Now imagine that creature never went extinct. Imagine it evolved, adapted, and survived in the deepest parts of our oceans, where human eyes rarely venture. And imagine that today, rising ocean temperatures and depleting food sources are forcing it into shallower waters. Into our waters. The first confirmed encounter happens on a Tuesday morning. A commercial fishing vessel, the Pacific Dawn, is hauling in nets about 40 miles off the coast of San Diego. The crew notices something strange. Their nets are shredded, not torn by rocks or caught on debris. Shredded, like something with massive teeth simply bit through industrial-grade netting. They pull up what's left, and hanging from the torn edges are tooth fragments. Huge tooth fragments. The captain photographs them, confused. These don't match any known shark species. Within hours, the photos are circulating on social media. Marine biologists are baffled. Some call it a hoax, others aren't so sure. Then, 3 days later, a second incident. A charter fishing boat reports something ramming their hull repeatedly. Passengers describe seeing a dorsal fin, but not like any shark they've ever seen. This fin stands nearly 6 feet out of the water. The boat sustains significant damage and barely makes it back to port. The Coast Guard investigates but finds nothing. Just deep gouges in the fiberglass hull. And inside those gouges, more tooth fragments. If you're starting to feel that primal fear creeping in, you're not alone. And if you want to keep exploring the most terrifying what-if scenarios, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. We're just getting started. Now the encounters escalate. A group of divers is exploring a kelp forest off the coast of Monterey Bay. They're filming sea lions, capturing incredible footage, when suddenly every sea lion vanishes. Just gone. The water goes from bustling with life to absolutely empty in seconds. The divers look at each other, confused. Then they feel it, a pressure wave. The entire ocean seems to shift around them. One diver turns and sees it. A mouth, open, coming straight at them. It's so large that for a split second, his brain can't process what he's seeing. It looks like a tunnel. A tunnel lined with hundreds of triangular white teeth, each one bigger than his hand. The diver doesn't remember swimming. He doesn't remember screaming into his regulator. His body just moves. Pure instinct. The Megalodon passes within 10 feet, and the displacement of water alone sends the divers tumbling. They surface, gasping, ripping out their regulators, screaming for the boat. The footage they captured goes viral within hours. 23 million views in the first day. The The video shows it clearly. A shark, impossibly large, its body thick as a school bus, swimming past the camera. Scientists can no longer deny it. Megalodon is real, and it's hunting in coastal waters. Panic spreads along the California coast. Beaches close, surf competitions are canceled. Tourism industry loses millions overnight. But here's what you need to understand. This isn't just about one shark. If Megalodon survived, it means there's a breeding population. You don't have one. You have dozens, maybe hundreds, and they're hungry. The government assembles a task force, marine biologists, oceanographers, military advisors. They need to understand what they're dealing with. How did these creatures survive undetected? Where are they coming from? And most importantly, how do you stop them? Initial estimates suggest megalodons need to consume approximately 2,500 pounds of food per day. That's roughly the equivalent of a fully grown elephant. Every single day. In the modern ocean, that means whales, large fish, sea lions, dolphins. Anything big enough to sustain that appetite. But here's the terrifying part. Those food sources are declining. Overfishing, pollution, climate change. The ocean can't support megalodon populations the way it did 3 million years ago. Which means these sharks are desperate. Desperate predators take risks. Take a moment and imagine being the person who has to make the next decision. Do you hunt these creatures? Do you try to capture them? Do you warn the public? Comment below what you would do if you were in charge. And while you're down there, let me know what other survival scenarios you want us to explore. 2 weeks after the diver encounter, a megalodon enters the San Francisco Bay. Yes, the bay. It swims under the Golden Gate Bridge at high tide, likely following a pod of seals. Witnesses on the bridge report seeing something massive just below the surface. Within an hour, the creature attacks a sailboat near Alcatraz. The boat is 32 feet long. The Megalodon is nearly twice that size. It rams the vessel, breaching partially out of the water. People on shore capture the moment on video. The shark's head alone is the size of a compact car. Its eye, black and unfeeling, is visible for just a moment before it slides back into the water. The sailboat sinks. The Coast Guard rescues the passengers. The message is clear. Nowhere is safe. The military gets involved. Naval vessels equipped with sonar begin tracking movements. They identify at least 7 individual megalodons along the Pacific coast. 7 that they can track. Likely more in deeper waters. Plans are drawn up for containment. Underwater barriers. Acoustic deterrents. Even discussion of lethal force. But then something unexpected happens. Something that changes everything. A research team from Scripps Institution of Oceanography manages to tag one of the megalodons with a tracking device. They use a modified harpoon fired from a safe distance. The tag transmits data. Location, depth, water temperature. But it also collects something else. Tissue samples. And when those samples are analyzed, the scientists discover something horrifying. The megalodon is dying, not from injury, not from starvation, from poison. The tissue samples reveal catastrophic levels of heavy metals. Mercury, lead, cadmium. Microplastics are embedded throughout its system. PCBs, forever chemicals, industrial pollutants. This apex predator, this perfect evolutionary killing machine, is being killed by something it can't see, can't fight, can't escape. Human pollution. Every fish it eats is contaminated. Every whale it consumes has been swimming in our toxic oceans for decades, bioaccumulating poisons. And the megalodon, at the top of the food chain, receives the concentrated dose of all of it. Further analysis reveals tumors, massive growths throughout its organs. Its liver, responsible for processing toxins, is failing. Its nervous system is compromised. The researchers estimate this particular megalodon has maybe 6 months to live. And it's not alone. Tissue samples from the other tagged sharks show similar contamination. The megalodons aren't thriving in the modern ocean. They're barely surviving. And their desperation, their aggressive behavior toward humans, isn't predatory. It's the thrashing of a dying species. This is the revelation that stops everyone cold. The military stands down on lethal protocols. Environmental groups mobilize. Because suddenly, the narrative flips. Megalodon isn't the monster. We are. These creatures survived for millions of years, through ice ages and extinction events, through climate shifts and competition from other predators. They survived everything nature threw at them. They can't survive us. Scientists project that even if megalodons could adapt, even if they could somehow filter out the toxins, the ocean's food web is collapsing. The prey species megalodons depend on are declining at alarming rates. Bluefin tuna populations are down 80%. Many whale species are endangered. The fish stocks that remain are contaminated. There's nothing clean left to eat. The researchers conclude that if Megalodon were alive today, they would be facing extinction within a single generation. Not from predation, not from competition. From the simple fact that we've poisoned their entire world. The attacks stop, not because of human intervention, but because the megalodons retreat. Tracking data shows them moving back into deeper waters, into the abyssal zones where they likely survived for millennia. Away from the coastal areas saturated with runoff, industrial waste, and human activity. They're not hunting near us anymore, because being near us is literally killing them faster. The final tracked megalodon, the one tagged by Scripps, transmits its last signal 4 months later. Depth, 3,000 feet. Water temperature, 39 degrees. Then nothing. The signal stops. Whether it died or simply shed the tag, no one knows. But the implication is clear. In a hypothetical world where megalodons survived into the modern era, they would be experiencing what countless other species are experiencing right now. Habitat destruction, food scarcity, toxic exposure, extinction pressure. Not from natural causes, but from us. So what would really happen if Megalodon were still alive today? The answer isn't the horror movie you expected. It's not humans being hunted to extinction by prehistoric monsters. It's the opposite. It's watching the most powerful predator the ocean has ever known, brought to its knees by plastic bags and industrial runoff. It's realizing that we've become so toxic, so destructive to marine ecosystems, that even a creature designed by millions of years of evolution to dominate the seas can't survive in the waters we've created. The megalodon attacks would stop, but not because we defeated them, because we poisoned them. And that's infinitely more terrifying than any shark attack could ever be. Because it means we're doing the same thing to every other species in the ocean right now. We just don't have 60-foot sharks showing up on our beaches to make it visible. If this scenario made you think differently about our impact on the ocean, leave a comment with your thoughts. And if you want to explore more survival scenarios that challenge how you see the world, hit that subscribe button. Because the real monsters in these stories, they're not always what you expect. Sometimes, they're us. The Megalodon would have been a survivor, a testament to evolutionary perfection. But in our modern ocean, even perfection isn't enough. And that should terrify you more than any prehistoric predator ever could.